Feliciano and Savannah's like LeBron out in Cleveland. I had to leave to be someone my city can believe in. I refuse to be another youngin' out here dreaming. I push it like salt and pepper, but here for more than a season. Relevance is the reason. Longevity's my fuel and the process gets me heated.
It's your motherfucking boy Jay Black, aka Black Man, URLTV.tv. DNA versus Brizz Rawsteen. Right off the top, I gave this battle 3.7 out of 5 Jay Blackheads. It's just a pity the third round happened the way it did. You know, with the alarm going off and shit like that. I think that took away a lot of steam from the battle, as you can see. You know what I mean? Just to go outside for that long, for an hour or two, then come back in, then re-listen to what he said. It's like, I can imagine, you know, you trying to have sex or whatever. Then y'all just stop because she got to go somewhere. You come right back like, You don't just really pick up where you left off, you know what I mean? You had fire, you had steam, you had the moment. So I think that took a lot away from DNA's third round and overall from the battle. You know, from the battle is in its entirety. But the first round, Brizz Rawsteen came out the motherfucking work punching, you know what I mean?
Reach in and score while he's sleeping and snatch a dream out. I'm gonna show you we bitch made when I bring a new meaning to bringing the queens out.
Let me just talk about Brizz Rawsteen for a second. Let me just build him up real fast. I like Brizz Rawsteen. He's come a long way. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say some negative stuff about you, Brizz Rawsteen, but you know, we eat the good stuff first. This is all opinion at the end of the day. My opinion don't mean shit. It really doesn't. Brizz Rawsteen has that top tier aggression, the way he moves around a ring, the way he bobs his head. Like, the top tier niggas that used to do that don't do that no more, and Brizz Rawsteen is doing that. I like the way he moves, man. No pause, like how Brizz Rawsteen said, no pause, man. I like the way he moves around the ring. He uses the ring, the way he talks, disrespect, the blatant disrespect. I like Brizz Rawsteen, man. His aggression leads into his haymaker, you know, and then he talks to you. He talks to you a lot. You know what I mean? There's an upside and there's a downside to that. But like I said, I'm talking about the upside right now. He talks to you a lot. He's in your face. It's disrespect. Oh, I love that. That adds to the battle. That's a different element that other battle rappers need. You know what I mean? But let's talk about DNA NWX. DNA showed growth.
I designed the flow of rapid punches since y'all was tired of me rhyming slow. And since then, I've been on a killing spree. The fans seem to like it, though. And tonight it continues. So here's where the PG killer goes 5-0.
I know y'all saying, oh, Rain did this, Shine wrote that. I don't believe that, man. You know what I mean? I just don't believe it's going to write for somebody. But that's conspiracy theory, man. I think DNA, for being in the game for so long, I think he's capable of doing that, amplifying his flow. He's seeing what the people y'all don't like. He reads the comments, he watched the video and shit like that. He watches blogs by niggas like me and you. You know what I mean? You probably got the blogger out there with like 100 subscribers and he's saying shit about DNA. DNA probably watched that and take feedback from that shit, man. Take the criticism. So you telling me DNA spits couple battles, he spits slow and y'all don't like that shit, it's garbage, doo-doo water, so he's switching his flow. Enjoy that, accept that, man. That's growth, man. I wish a lot of other battle rappers would do the same shit like that, man. He was fully prepared in that first round. And even though Brizz Rawsteen was punching, I'm not punching, talking to him, delivering hits here and there, I gave the first round to DNA clearly.
I aim and work the scope, break fast and work them close. Paramedics will be scraping the dark side, we burnt the toast. Nigga, I ain't stopped.
I see a lot of preference. Nah, DNA got that first round clearly. Clearly. That flow mixed with the consecutive amount of punches, are you kidding me? Again, Brizz Rawsteen had the better aggression, all that stuff, but DNA was punching. DNA's doing beyond punching. He's telling a little story in between those lines, man. And the flow was amplified. But it's a shame, DNA, that you couldn't do this for 3 rounds. I know you said in your second, you know, and I understand that. That's some real stuff, man. Whether y'all believe this is as an excuse or not, you know, I got people in my family that's going through shit, and that's throwing me off my game. So I can only imagine a battle rapper that has to write 3 fucking rounds and get on stage. So, you know what I mean? I don't take that as an excuse. I take that as real life. You know what I mean? And then nobody's gonna turn down what he gets. He's not gonna turn down 4 to 6 or 7. I don't know how much he gets paid now, but around that range, he's not gonna turn that shit down. You feel me? So, in battle, so. But overall, I think he delivered a great product throughout that battle. You feel me? So I'm not mad at that. You know what I mean? What I am mad at is the 3rd round. Let's skip to the 3rd round. You know, Brizz Rawsteen is continuing with the disrespect. Brizz Rawsteen is still punching here and there. Long story short, I don't want to time on the video. Yeah, this video long as shit. Brizz Rawsteen got the 3rd round. I think that's clear. The consensus. I already see the comments. You know,
you took shine from the mob. You a home wrecker.
Shit like that. Shit like that.
Bang.
Even though I'm uploading this video pretty fast, the consensus saying that he has that 3rd round, and then the alarm going off took away from DNA's 3rd round. Like, the energy in the room was done. You know what I mean? And Brizz Rawsteen just had an overall better 3rd round, in my opinion. So we have a 1-1 right now. The 2nd round is so fucking debatable. I'm sorry. So, like, if you want to deduct points from DNA for even freestyling, if you want to deduct points from DNA for just having, I wouldn't say it was sloppy, but at points it was inconsistent. You know what I mean? Them stop pauses, I peeped that. He's like, that was like 10 seconds, 10, 15 seconds right there. You know what I mean? If y'all want to deduct points for that. And then Brizz Rawsteen had a solid 2nd round. I felt he was inconsistent in certain punches. He's talking to him, but then he's just talking to him. He's delivering the Murder Mook to what Murder Mook did to Iron Solomon in that battle. But it's a little better. And he's talking to him and talking to him and talking to him. And he's getting to the punch, but he doesn't really get to a punch. Or he gets to the punch and it's not that hard. But the upside to that, in that 2nd round, he had haymakers. He had points where it's like, yo, this nigga is snapping on him right now. He's like, I think Brizz Rawsteen heats up and then he cools down. Then he heats up and then he cools down. That's what happens in Brizz Rawsteen's 2nd round. So if you want to deduct points from DNA for all that stuff like freestyling, telling the excuse in the top of the 2nd round, cool. You can give the battle to Brizz Rawsteen. You know what I mean? This battle, I know y'all hate the word preference or whatever. It can go either way. Salute to DNA, salute to Brizz Rawsteen. It can go either way. That's just the facts. Look at the comments. You have niggas saying, oh, no, fuck out of here, nigga. DNA got that 3-0. No, fuck out of here, nigga. Brizz Rawsteen 2-1, dark side. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like the poll is going to be 51-49. 52, you know what I mean? And that type of range in terms of being close. But DNA's 2nd round was fun to me, man. It was really fun. And I felt he was delivering some stuff, man. He was delivering. He was definitely delivering. And what he said was true. The fact that he's freestyling and he's still making the round debatable, it shows a level of talent. It shows a level of skill. You know what I mean? It shows a level of skill.
Yo, listen. These niggas all asked me to rap again. Man in the crowd said African. I'm reckless. Get the toast in the morning. That's breakfast. Since you African, you probably have my tooth on your necklace. Anybody else want to go? Anybody else?
Shit like that. Shit like that. You know what I mean? DNA had bars in that 2nd round, boy, and that was off the top. I reward stuff like that. You know what I mean? But then again, it's a freestyle. This is a structured thing. And I think I said in another video, something like that, a freestyle is really going to win against a written round. And this was the best attempt at a freestyle versus a written round. It was hard for me. I definitely had 2 different winners, you know. For me, DNA's 2nd round, it fell off towards the end. When he spit that African shit, fire. Then he goes into Professor, that didn't hit to me. Then the refrigerator, that didn't hit to me. You know what I mean? Somebody in the crowd said body bag, you should have worked with the body bag. I felt that was an easier flip that you could have did. A lot of things right there. And again, this thing is very debatable. If anything, I would slightly edge Brizz. You know what I mean? And then here's the thing. Here's another thing I want to talk about in terms of what I was saying in my last few videos. Let's say you have DNA losing this battle. He's still a part of a great battle. This adds to his stock for the year. Let's say you have Brizz Rawsteen losing the battle. This still adds to Brizz Rawsteen's stock for the year. This is good. This is good on both sides. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But it's your motherfucking boy Jay Black. Black, aka Black Man. This battle can go either way. I feel if I talk to DNA and he says, oh, I beat that nigga, I'm not gonna argue with him. I talk to Brizz, I fucking killed that nigga, I'm not gonna argue with him. You know what I mean? But with the structure and DNA's round falling slightly off, and I felt Brizz Rawsteen spit it, he had just a little bit more, and then there was no gaps. So it was a clean round in my opinion. And doing by points, I liked DNA's round better. You know what I mean? I want to say that. You know what I mean? It reminds me of the Sue Surf versus Conceited. I liked Sue Surf's rounds better. I liked Sue Surf's round better than Conceited's. But Conceited, in terms of points, in terms of structure, in terms of reviewing shit, in terms of being all that, it's like Conceited was doing what he had to do. Like I said, I like DNA a little better. You know what I mean? I felt there was improvements that Brizz Rawsteen could have did. But in terms of, you know, everything else, I gave the battle to Brizz Rawsteen 2-1. Second and third.